Tonight, more earthquake and tsunami terror for the world. Sophie Monk drops by for a chat. And the one we've all been waiting for, Scott Dooley's amazing 24 hours with Charlie Sheen. This is the 7 p.m. Project. Welcome to the 7 p.m. Project. Charlie and Carrie here on the desk as usual, and please welcome back Denise, Scott and Lehmo.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is a very big evening of breaking news. Carrie, what's making headlines?
Well, in the news today, Friday the 11th of March, and what we are watching now on our screens is live pictures from Japan, where a massive 8.9 magnitude earthquake has hit the northeast coast of Japan. It's triggered a monster 10-metre tsunami which has swept through coastal towns. Many injuries have been reported. At least one person has been confirmed dead. That number definitely expected to rise dramatically. The tsunami warning has been widened to include virtually the entire Pacific coast, including Australia and South America. We cross now to Matt Symes, who's working as a teacher in Tokyo. He's been there for about 5 years. Matt, take us through your experience when the earthquake hit.
Well, I was actually with a student at the time, and we were sitting on the ground floor, and we were actually a bit surprised. We're used to the occasional earthquake, but this one definitely had a lot more power in it. It actually started to make the walls start to creak, and when my student actually jumped out and said, "Let's get out of here," that was a pretty good indicator for me to get the hell out too.
Matt, how are you being updated at the moment? Are you watching images on television, or are you monitoring the internet? How do you know what's going on?
I actually got my first bit of information coming through social networks. People in my social group sending through little updates here and there. And when I finally got home, I was able to get onto the internet and get some information, mainly from Australia, actually. With the phone lines here, everything's down, so lots of people are crowding around the train stations because all the public transport has been shut down, and they're all going towards payphones and lining up, and the lines are just massive.
Matt, what are your plans now? Are you getting anything at all from the authorities there?
At the moment, it's just a wait-and-see kind of thing. Everyone seemed to be really dumbstruck. They had sort of put these evacuation plans into effect and everything, and they were finally actually using them. Lots of major corporations have the protective helmets and evacuation bags and things like that, and I'm pretty sure that this was the first time they've ever been used.
Well, Matt, we do appreciate you talking to us, and we hope you stay safe tonight.
Thanks very much.
For more information, we're going to cross to tsunami expert Dale Domini-House in Sydney. Dale, this vision is horrifying to watch. Is this the worst tsunami we've seen since Boxing Day?
Actually, it is, yes. The event you're referring to is the Indian Ocean tsunami disaster back in December 2004. And you're absolutely right. This is the worst event since then in terms of the size of the tsunami, which television pictures are showing very clearly. To give the viewers at home some idea of what's going on, the earthquake, we're not exactly sure of the size at the moment, somewhere between a 8.4 and an 8.9. That actually releases about 150 times the amount of energy that was released in the Christchurch earthquake a couple of weeks back. So it's absolutely massive. And what it's done is caused an enormous area of the sea floor just off to the east coast of Japan to be uplifted, and that's what's triggered the tsunami. As you've rightly indicated, the Pacific Tsunami Warning System has updated alerts and warning messages to incorporate the whole of the Pacific Ocean basin. And at the moment, the forecasts are that the tsunami will reach the northeast coast of Australia somewhere around 1 a.m. But the Joint Australian Tsunami Warning Centre, run through Canberra and Melbourne, has already indicated that there should not be a significant tsunami in Australia. But the public warning message...
We have to move on now. Dale, thank you.
Yes.
We will be monitoring the situation throughout the show and throughout the night here on 10. Dale Domini, thank you very much. Domini House, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Yes.
In other news today, PM Julia Gillard has denied there's a rift between her and Foreign Minister Kevin Rudd over the issue of a no-fly zone over Libya. Rudd's been in the Middle East spruiking the idea, but Gillard said yesterday that other options needed to be considered. And Hugh Remington has been travelling with the PM and he joins us now from New York. Hugh, what's the feeling in the Gillard camp? Has Rudd gone rogue?
Well, the official line here is that there's not a lot between them, that what Kevin Rudd is doing is saying that he is working on trying to organise a no-fly zone, whereas what Julia Gillard is saying is that a no-fly zone is one of a number of options that's being examined. Now, is there a difference there? It might not appear some, but really there is a difference between them. And what's extraordinary is that Julia Gillard admits she hasn't spoken to Kevin Rudd. You would think she would pick up the phone and say, there is a perception problem here, Kevin. Pull your head in. You know, let's all say the same words. And the fact that A, he's not saying the same words, and B, she hasn't pulled them into line, is helping to feed an idea that there's something going on here.
It all sounds quite juicy. Thanks for joining us tonight, Hugh, and have a safe trip back to Australia.
Thanks very much. Good to talk to you.
It has been a big day in news. Also today, Los Angeles police have raided Charlie Sheen's house, reportedly looking for drugs and weapons. Someone at the house says authorities may be trying to put Sheen on an involuntary psychiatric order, but Sheen has denied the reports on his Twitter. And in the thick of it is our good friend Scott Dooley. Dools, you were outside the house when the raids were going on this afternoon. What the hell went down?
It was the weirdest thing, Carrie. We were there. We have struck up this most unlikely friendship with Charlie Sheen, and as a result, we were there this morning doing this stupid thing. We were filming this thing and just mucking around at his house, and then he said, "Come back for dinner at 6." So we're rolling up for dinner, and so we called the assistant. The assistant said, "Hey, it's going crazy down here. Just hang tight." As he said that, we watched 5 or 6 police cars roll into the gated community and roll down there, and then police choppers, the whole 9 yards. So it really kicked off.
Now, Dools, you are sporting a bit of a hand injury there. Is that Sheen related? Is it anything to do with the stunt you were telling us about last night?
It's not really to do with the stunt necessarily. No, it's not. It's actually a footy injury, and not even a good footy injury, a touch footy injury where you play against girls. So right, it's not very brave. But
well, what happened with the prank you were planning last night?
It's still a work in progress. And when we saw all the police cars going in, I honestly thought, oh my God, he did it.
Because you did speak to him, obviously, yesterday. I understand that interview was all a bit chaotic as well, didn't quite go as planned.
We went in there and we were going to film it, and they've got these gatekeepers there, like his assistant, and they just changed the rules at the drop of a hat. So we said at the last minute, after they'd said, "You're not allowed to film it, can you film it?" We said, "Well, we're going to film it," and as a result, there was really like poor light. So it looks a lot like a Paris Hilton sex tape. The audio, however, is absolutely fantastic. So I thought I'd kick off by asking him the tough questions. What's your relationship like with the media now? Like, how do you see it? Do you...
They love me.
But I mean...
They just love me. It's a big warm hug.
Before doing this,
it's like a nude jacuzzi.
But were you like, oh, another interview, this is going to be just...
Oh, with you?
Yeah. Well, you know, because
a little bit.
That would be my
like,
attitude.
No, but then I saw you were handicapped. I thought I owned him.
Yeah.
No. I as soon as I met you, I knew that I was in good hand.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
What's this, may I ask? There's a packet of cigarettes here with Sean Penn's.
Yeah, he left them behind, and I thought it was an epic night. He told such great stories. So to sort of not in a voodoo way, to keep something that he touched.
Draw him back.
I own you, Sean. No, just out of absolute respect and honor, to put him on the fridge.
Let's talk about Twitter.
Okay.
There was a rumour the other day saying that you don't do your own Twitter. Do you do the Twitter? You tweet?
I don't.
You don't tweet?
No, I write every word.
And
then
someone else does
it. Off to Bob Marin, my tweet master.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is that because you just can't be bothered learning the technology, or it's...
No, it's actually quite simple. Designed by and for fools. Yeah, so Bob is there as a sort of a safety valve, a stopgap.
To make sure you don't say something defamatory?
I get a little passionate at times, and just like, I'll show them, send, and I'm like, oh, gosh.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
So it's just like, shh, bring it. And so What are you going to do, you know? I don't own a shotgun. I was just...
Don't you? Do you? Because you had a machete the other day.
It wasn't even my machete. That's what's so funny about it. Somehow the guy I had the meeting with just happened to have a machete on him, and I thought, well, that's brilliant. Great timing. There's like a rallying mob below me. I don't really use this bar because...
Don't you?
Well, there's no booze here at Sober Valley Lodge. Get a shot of all the supplies we have down here.
Yeah, there's really nothing here.
Dude needs a job. The whole winning thing, you just feel better when you say it. It's true, and you have to kind of smile when you say it. You know? Winning. That was terrible. Hold on. Winning? Nah, you can't do it right here. It has to just happen organically.
It just has
it has to be an organic fusion. Who gets past the grapes in a fruit basket? I'm just saying. The sound of the Chinese pear. Nobody.
In the middle of the chat, Charlie remembers he left his trailer at the 2.5 Men studios.
They've probably looted it, man. Wow. Should we go over there right now?
Should we go and get the... Let's go and get Charlie's trailer back. Do we have a car with a tow bar? Let's do this, man.
Do I have my Chuck Lorre mask dusted off and ready? Damn you, Warner Brothers. If we could somehow arrange going to the studio tonight and getting my bus out of its most epic piece of television ever produced.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
If there's a shot of the polar bear actually driving the bus, just for like 5 seconds, it's the greatest ever.
So clearly the plan hasn't yet happened or come to fruition, but there's plenty more to the story. Scott, stick with us. We'll have more of a chat and the rest of the interview after the break. You're watching the 7 p.m. Project.
It's time for the Biggest Loser legends to step it up.
Because this is one beach challenge they can't afford to lose.
That's massive. That can make or break a team.
The Biggest Loser, next on 10.
Some things you should never say to your boss.
I got pretty involved with drugs.
They would rather work for the other company than this one.
There's going to be consequences. Brand new Undercover Boss, 8:30 tonight on 10.
The all-new BMW X3. The Extraordinary will be revealed March 14.
Demon, Diavolo, the devil. We're always looking for proof.
The right.
Roll up for Macca's new Grand Chicken Burger. With 100% succulent chicken breast, some very nice red onion rings, thank you, and a dash of chunky onion relish, a dollop of creamy mayo, and voila. Macca's M Selections menu is now even better with the new Grand Chicken Burger. Get one today. M Selections. Not schmancy, just a little bit fancy.
Hello, come bank, lunching executives. Indeed, we've changed, but you have not. You really need to wake up. The time has come to tell you that this is where we break up. You're dumped. You're dumped. You're sincerely Nab.
Red Bull gives you wings. Bruno Mars. Two Wops and Hooligans. Featuring the new single, The Lazy Song. Fall in love with Bruno Mars. The album, Two Wops and Hooligans. Out now.
Hey Martin, did you know this dairy farmer's thick and cream is 98% fat-free?
Yeah, it's always been 98% fat-free.
I reckon you should eat some more then.
Steady on.
Dairy Farmers, the taste of country goodness.
What Jamie's about to find will expose a traitor within his family.
At the new time of 9:30 tonight on 10.
Which one of these words relates to the human anatomy? Do you know the answer?
Beamer is a car.
Yeah. And the steamer is what you take after a happy Friday night.
Play along with New Your Gen on 10.
The 7 p.m. Project is proudly brought to you by the all-new BMW X3. The Extraordinary will be revealed March 14.
Welcome welcome back. Returning to the disaster in Japan now, where a massive 8.9 magnitude earthquake has hit the northeast coast of Japan, triggering a 10-metre tsunami. They are live pictures coming through now from Japan. The federal government is urging Australians in Japan who need help to call DFAT on international code. That number is +61 26 261 3305, and we will keep you updated throughout the show.
Returning now, though, to Scott Dooley, who is still standing by in LA, where he has spent the last day with Charlie Sheen. Dools, you went over there to interview a star. You've now become one yourself. You're in the middle of this whole thing. How are you holding up?
Look, it's tough. I've had my assistant help me out a lot. No one looks me directly in the eye anymore. It's actually really weird. I got paparazzi'd, and listen to this. Not only did I get paparazzi'd, I got paparazzi'd while doing an interview for German television. So it's just, LA is a bizarre place where you can have that happen. So it has been a fairly weird situation.
The show's a hit over there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fairly popular.
Yes,
yes.
yes.
It's actually just me. I'm the only one that watches it, but I own 1 million televisions.
Wow.
And it's always on loop.
This is my impressed face. No, but seriously, no, it's you can't have a hit show without fans.
So
most obvious statement of all time. Whatever. Let's talk about my replacement.
Yeah, I wanted to actually ask you about that.
Let's take some calls.
We can just call people and ask them who they think should replace you. Should we get an Aussie? Do we have a phone?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Who are we calling here? Oh, it's a family member? Judy.
Judy. And she's in Australia.
Oh, hello, Judy. It's Scott Dooley here.
And Charles the Warlock Sheen.
And
spoke over me. She spoke over me.
We were wondering who you think should replace him on 2.5 Men.
Can you put Charlie on?
Yeah, Charlie's on. I'm right here. I'm speaking to you, Judy.
Oh, my Lord, it is Charlie.
What's your mom? I'm sorry. Hi, Mom.
Thank you for coming to Australia, Charlie.
Okay, this is not a travel show, young lady. Yes, I'll be there. We're actually on the airplane now. Lying.
Are you looking after my thumb?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, now I'm taking his blood and urine.
No one should replace Charlie. He's irreplaceable.
Wow.
That was a set-up call.
Wow.
If ever
How about
I've seen
that?
it. We then decided to give my mate Merrick a call. Who do you think should replace Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men?
Well, I think it should be me, Charlie. What are your thoughts on that?
Hold on. Let me find your headshot in my cyber cloud. Yes, you're perfect. You're hired. Winning. Bye.
Winning. Hello, Dools. Man, I thought that place would be like the Playboy Mansion. What's the scoop with the girlfriends?
It's not a tightly run ship when it comes to the girlfriends. Essentially, I asked him about them, and it turns out he has 2.
People are like, but how can you live with these 2 young and beautiful, perfect young ladies? And I'm like, well, how couldn't I? You know?
I've got to say, just one man to another. How do you organise that? Like, there's got to be a lot of...
It just organizes itself.
Right.
Yeah, but it's really about the people involved. You know, a week may go by and everything's perfect. You know, all Scotts and Steves living together. But then suddenly you wake up and everybody sucks and hates everybody else, you know? And there's only 3 people you're talking about, and it feels like 70.
Yeah.
They've all got machetes. They're all on a rooftop, you know?
Yeah.
The rooftop is your brain, you know?
Scott, now you are officially the only representative of the media who's welcome back. You've been asked back. You're about to go there. We're going to keep following you, and we'll talk to you next week, mate. Well, staying in Hollywood now, and it's time to welcome our next guest. She's the girl from the Goldie who now calls LA home, where super babe Sophie Monk is carving out an enviable entertainment career.
Everyone knows you can't spell talent without T and A.
Whether it's music, on film, or with a hamburger, Sophie has a certain way to get pulses racing, like she did when Bardot did their thing. Please welcome back to the project, Sophie Monk. We were just chatting there with Dools over in LA. Have you ever met... You live there. Have you met Charlie Sheen?
No, I haven't. I've slept with him once, but I haven't met him.
Same here. That was what a coincidence.
But you've
been in the news recently yourself with your recent breakup, which we're sorry to hear about. But how does your family feel when they have to read it, you know, and hear all about it? And your mum, especially, having to read all the goss in magazines. I can imagine not all of it's, you know, the truth.
Yeah, they don't believe it. And then I come home and I'm like, no, it's true. And then I was like, did you buy the magazine? They're like, Sophie, it was $6. I put it on the lottery instead. If I keep buying the magazines, I'm going to be broke. So they're very down to earth and grounding, and they're like, whatever, you're living in LA and crazy, you know, it's a harder life, it's different, and it's hard to, you know, kind of relate to.
Now, you are living in LA, and my son's about to move there to live, so he says. So how often does your mum ring you?
Oh, my mum doesn't ring me at all. What they do, what they do is they ring once and hang up so they don't have to pay for the phone call.
Oh, that's the trick.
And then I ring them back, so I've got the bill. That's how you do it.
Does she visit you at all?
If I fly her over. Maybe my mum's going to die at this, but it's a whole family, you know. It's an Australian thing.
No, it's actually relying on Geordie to pay for everything, and I've met him. I don't think he will.
No, that's true.
Now, Sophie, Hollywood is the paparazzi capital. How do our Aussie paps compare to the Hollywood paps?
I don't know. There's no. I mean, paps are paps. To actually follow, you know, it's weird to be followed by 6 men and you're in bikinis and you look up.
Oh, it happens to me all the time.
They're taking
so
pictures
if you've got
of
a
you.
camera, you can get away with that. Is that what you're telling me?
And I'm like, oh, so it's okay for you. And they frighten you and they're like, don't worry, I'm a pap. And I'm like, you're not a cop, you're a pap. But they, I've got a weird relationship with them because they'll, one of them wandered in my house one day like, Sophie, you ready for a, if I just take a shot? And I was like, okay, now you've stepped the boundary a little bit. Maybe you should get out of my house. And then I went, but give me 10. And then I went, got changed and came out.
But you were still happy to go, oh, well, it's publicity and do it, or you don't really have a choice?
It's not that. I don't have the team of people around me like Brittany with all these security guards and everything. I've had to deal with it, so I'm like, may as well, you know, be friends with them. And if I come out looking crap, I'm like, give me just 5 more, I'll run back in and look better.
And now, on that, because in LA, it's a competitive place. Yeah. Pressure's on to look good, which you achieve very well, by the way. Oh. But what's your regime? I'd like to jot it down. Well, how do you look good?
You'll be very... It's all... actually, it's all people that look after me that are like... I get sent a lot of clothes. I'm very, very lucky. I don't think I really do look good. I don't wash my makeup off. I'm a bit
we
like...
don't want to hear that.
I know.
Skin
but do you want to look at my nails? I'm like a bit like a man in a woman's body, I think. I actually, like, it's all hair and makeup teams and stuff that make me look good.
It's funny you say that, a man in a woman's body. Some people watching just found you more attractive.
You've been in some outrageous films lately. You're just having a ball over there.
I am. I love doing comedy. Like, I'm not going to win an Oscar anytime soon, I'm sure. And so I just love doing, you know, fun stuff that makes me laugh. And I go home and I'm not depressed every night over, you know, a deep movie. I go home laughing. And then I can't wait to watch it back. And it makes people happy, you know? So, oh, hi.
Oh, that's Oscar-worthy, come on.
There we go. The old bikini.
Oscar goes too.
Yeah. Wow.
That's some pretty fun stuff there. What's the most bizarre thing you've had to film?
Mine would be I had to kiss a woman and it was really weird and I had to be like the mannish woman and they were like, go in for the kiss. They're like, here's some chewing gum and I'd had an onion and a cigarette and I was like, I don't want her to enjoy it. And they're like, go in. And my body wouldn't do it. I was like, I can't do it. I couldn't go in for the kiss.
Sorry, and what was the name of this movie? Sorry.
It's a lesbian vampire film.
Wonderful. We're going to take a break, though. Please thank Sophie. She's got a new fashion line coming out. Keep an eye out for it. Sophie Monk.
After the break, we will have more breaking news from Japan.
Next, the Biggest Loser families. Later, new undercover boss. A mother has lost her husband. A son tries to understand.
Your dad was a great, great man. On a new Modern Family.
Why don't I run Claire down the mall and you give Phil a haircut?
I guess I could. I do Jay, why can't I do you?
You can do me.
Brand new Modern Family, 7:30 Sunday on 10.
The all-new BMW X3. The extraordinary will be revealed March 14.
This is Adam Hills, star of Spicks and Specs, performing his standout stand-up show, Inflatable. It's brilliant, it's uplifting, it's out now on DVD. Adam Hills Inflatable, available now from JB Hi-Fi.
Chemist Warehouse lowest prices guaranteed. Nurofen 96s a crazy $13.99. Calcia Vitamin D60s only $11.99. Big Muscles Masashi Bulk Large Size $49.99. Save $40. Healthy Care Coenzyme Q10 200s only $29.99. Sensitive Pro Relief and Savicol Mouth Rinse only $6.99.
I'm very confident buying it because of the price.
For the biggest savings, shop at Chemist Warehouse and stop paying too much.
You challenged us, we listened.
That's right. You kept challenging us to make our meat lovers even better, and we have. With better tasting, higher quality meats, adding what you wanted, delicious Russia bacon.
For only $7.95.
We know you love it.
Domino's, it's all good.
This is the iPhone 4. Its lithium polymer battery lets you work longer, play longer, laugh longer, listen longer, shoot, edit, share, update, download, read, write, and even FaceTime longer. All on the incredibly thin iPhone 4.
With a Suncorp Bank home loan, you not only get your own home loan specialist, a person to help you every step of the way. Right now, you'll also get a low 7.05% per annum interest rate, your own home loan specialist, and a low rate. It's worth the switch.
The all-new BMW X3. The extraordinary will be revealed March 14.
When Gwyneth returns to New Glee.
Are you still in love with Will Schuester?
She only has one thing on her mind. New Glee, 7:30 Monday on 10. This is one challenge the legends can't afford to lose.
That's massive. That can make or break their team.
The Biggest Loser is next.
Metro Whip Around, brought to you by the all-new BMW X3. The extraordinary will be revealed March 15.
World's Greatest Show special edition of the Metro Whip Around, crossing to wannabe chrome domes around the nation, find out what they can do for the weekend. Tim Blackwell in Brizzy, what's happening, mate?
Well, mate, the footy season is minutes away from kicking off here at Suncorp Stadium, and we're looking forward to the Broncos taking the field because rookie Dean Gay-Guy will be on the field. That's his name, so don't be immature. Also, as you mentioned, the World's Greatest Shave is on, and my critters are here with Cherie. What are the Broncos going to do tonight? Winning! They said winning. They're my little Charlie Sheens. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Tim. And standing by in Adelaide is Jules Schiller. Jules?
Yes, well, I'm at WOMADelaide, which is Australia's biggest world music festival. Bands from all over the globe. I actually do very well with the ladies at WOMADelaide. I'll give you my secret. I wear a George Tanikian face mask. All this works here. But look, we have a young guy here. He's a fantastic guy. He is shaving his head for leukemia. Bradley, how are you, Bradley?
I'm good.
And Bradley, if you keep going, you look just like your dad there. Take your hat off, Dad. That's all from us.
Thanks, Jules. Let's find out what's going on in Melbourne with Em Rusciano.
Hey guys, well Moomba is on this weekend and that of course means men dressed like this for the Birdman Rally. It is Nova 100's Ash Williams. Ash, when's it kicking off?
Midday, Em, and finally having chicken legs and nothing downstairs is going to help me win a title. Want to take it out?
Yeah, those shots are awful. Also happening, the World's Greatest Shave. We have Margarita from the 7 p.m. office. Yeah, we just... There we go. Fantastic. Well done. Well done to everyone for the Leukemia Foundation and...
Good effort, Margie. And now to Perth with Sam Mack. What's going on there?
Hey guys, Sculpture by the Sea is on at Cottesloe Beach, where you can see sculptures like this boat, bizarrely the only sculpture that Tony Abbott's tried to stop from entering this exhibition. We also have these girls over here. Laura, any final words to your hair before it goes?
Hope it grows back.
Okay, good luck. 3, 2, 1, and snip. And snip and snip and start shaving. And look at me. Look, I'm Altian Childs. I'm Altian Childs. See you guys. It's Altian, you know.
Thanks, Sam. Finally in Sydney, Tom Ballard. What's happening, mate?
Hey guys, the shaving's happening here as well. It's Justin Bieber, everybody. Justin Bieber. This is Ben. He's 13 years old. He's losing his hair. Good on you, man. You'll also notice in these wonderful deck chairs, very colourful deck chairs. The City of Sydney putting these out this weekend to encourage people to get together and have a bit of a chat. So, yeah, I don't know what's happening in the other capital cities, but in Sydney, we got chairs. Have a good weekend.
Wow, strap yourselves in. Tom and all of our whippers, thank you. Have a great weekend. And head to our website to support the world's greatest shave. There's still time to get involved. It's a great cause.
Returning to Japan now, where there's been a 10-metre tsunami following an 8.9 magnitude earthquake this afternoon. Fabian Brights is a web developer who joins us now from Shinokuhama, which is just outside of Tokyo. He's on the 10th floor of an office building after some aftershocks have just recently hit. Fabian, where were you when the when the quake first hit?
Hi, I was in Sheen, Yokohama. I'm still there right now, and yeah, it was pretty crazy. People were forced to evacuate, and in fact, right now there was just an aftershock. I don't know if you can notice my coat slightly swinging in the background, but yeah, the aftershocks just haven't stopped. They've been at least 4 an hour.
So did you get evacuated from where you were when the quake first hit?
That's right, which is just a few buildings down from where I am now.
And what can you see? You're on the 10th floor. What can you see out of your building now?
Oh, right now, not much, but from my hotel, from my office floor, we could see some smoke coming from somewhere off in the distance. You could see people bunched around outside, panicking, or not necessarily panicking, but trying to stay away from the buildings. So.
And what about you,
everyone's...
Fabian?
Yeah.
Are you scared now?
A little bit. I plan on going downstairs shortly after this, but if it gets bad, I'll get up and you'll see me run.
Fabian, I imagine you have many friends and family there. Have you heard from many of them to know they're okay?
Yeah, a lot of I have more family in Australia, so most of my friends I work with, and I know for a fact by seeing them that they're okay. They've evacuated already.
I'm sure your
hopefully
family...
they're standing outside somewhere.
I'm sure your family in Australia will be very glad to see that you are alive and well, and thank you very much for talking to us. Please stay safe and look after yourself. Nice to talk to you, Fabian. Thanks for making time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's all we've got time for this week on the 7 p.m. project. A dramatic evening, but thank you very much to all of our guests. Thanks to Sophie Monk, whose new fashion line is coming out as well. Thanks to Dools in LA, he may have been adopted by Charlie Sheen by now. I'm not sure. 10 News will be keeping us updated on the quake
They
as
will
the evening
throughout
goes
the
on.
evening, and yeah, their coverage will also continue at 10:30 tonight. But right now, stay tuned for Biggest Loser Families. We will see you all next week. Thanks for joining us.